What's up people, and welcome to this video. And in this video guys, we're gonna go ahead and talk a bit about Ruby, the new hero that came out today. Well, at least for me. I know a lot of other people got Ruby like yesterday and the day before that, and I'm like, bro, I want to get Ruby the same days as everyone else. Why do I have to wait so long? That's so bullshit. But either way, we're gonna go ahead and talk a little about a great build for Ruby, which I have figured out, which I think is pretty good. And I'm gonna call this build great build and not the best build, because obviously Ruby haven't been out so long, so I can't honestly have the best build yet, but I have to play around with her more and try out new builds to figure out the ultimate freaking build for Ruby. But currently I think this build is pretty good and it have worked for me in a few games, so I think I might as well gonna share it with you guys, because if you bought Ruby like yesterday or today, you got it today the same as I did, maybe you don't want to go and play around with the recommended items, which freaking sucks balls, okay? You maybe want a little better build, so I thought I'm just gonna go and make a quick video talking a little about a pretty good build that works for me and will most likely work for you as well. And there were a ton of people when Ruby came out, and even before that, saying that, well, you have to buy tanky stuff and shit because her abilities is mainly focused on tanky, you might think, because you can pull in the enemies, you can jump towards the enemies, and you might just think, well, she have to be tanky if you're gonna pull them in and then tank them, I guess, because it is a bit like Franco, because he can pull in the enemies, and you often build tank on him, but that's not the case with Ruby, in my opinion. And I think a few people got the idea that you have to build tanky, because I said it in a video showing off some skills of Ruby. When I saw the video, I'm like, well, it looks like you have to build tanky because you're pulling in enemies and stuff, so I'm like, you have to build tanky. But that's not the case, guys. That is definitely not the case. Of course, I can't say anything about a tanky build for her, because I haven't played around with that. The first time I played with her, I played almost basically with this build, because usually what I do, I feel like I'm talking a bit too much. Hopefully you guys don't get annoyed by this. If you guys want to see the build, just skip forward a few minutes and you will go to see it. I totally lost my thread. Usually, when I'm gonna start a new hero, I read their descriptions, like, of all the skills and stuff, what it can do, and then I make a conclusion. Well, this is good build for that and that, blah 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 blah, and now I come up with this build. So basically, the build I'm talking about is actually pretty freaking focused on damage. And here you have the build, and you can just tell from the start that, well, it looks like you're really focused on dealing damage, and I'm certainly is, okay? I mostly do that. I really like dealing damage to the enemy, and I don't really like playing tanks, so that's why I choose this build. And in my opinion, it worked really great. I won all the games I played so far. And so basically, why I made this build is because her auto attacks isn't that strong. Like, just put it out there, it isn't that strong. So focusing on auto attacks like lifesteal and that stuff is just stupid. And even more stupid is I've seen people starting building the lifesteal item first of all. Oh, the thing with Ruby, I'm not sure if I have dreamed this, but I am pretty freaking sure I read it like yesterday or something, that you can't lifesteal with her auto attack. So just building that is just stupid, because lifestealing is mainly focused on like marksmen, because they can shoot fast, staying behind, but if they drop some HP, they can just lifesteal it up again, and maybe some fighters as well. But on Ruby, she doesn't really auto attack so much, and lifesteal doesn't stack on her auto attacks. But yes, lifesteal does work on her abilities, and hopefully I'm not lying now, hopefully I didn't dream this, but I'm pretty sure I didn't dream it. I will try to look it up when I'm editing this video so I can show you proof, but yeah, I'm pretty sure she can't lifesteal with her auto attacks, but that might just have been a dream of me. But either way, this build, I'm just gonna go through the items a bit, is you'll get a ton of cooldown, the two first items, which is great, because you can pull in the enemies in even more, you can stun them even more, and you can jump away even more, because her passive is basically, when you make an ability, you were able to jump to another place. So building cooldown is actually pretty good, both for chasing and running, because you will be able to jump away faster and chase the enemy a lot more, because you will be able to use her abilities even more. But the maximum cooldown limit is 40%, so building 30% is enough. So after that I chose three items, which is really strong, and you'll go ahead and deal a ton of damage with these items, because all of them is focused on crit, and I feel like crit might be really good on Ruby, because all her abilities is dealing damage like twice. So I feel like, well, crit sounds pretty good for her. Well, I'm not sure if at least one ability of her deals damage twice, so you will have double the chance of critting on at least one of them. So I mean, that is great. And the last item, as you can see, is I don't remember the name as always, but you will basically be revived, and you will get a ton of HP from this item as well, and also what is it called, some magic resistance as well, which is great if you're going against a lot of mages. Not as good if you're going against a ton of physical damage heroes. And I haven't played the game fully, which I have been fully built, so I'm not sure if the last item is good. You might be able to replace that. We will gonna see in the future. But guys, of course, in the future I will go ahead and make another build, which in my opinion is the best build. But remember, this right now in my opinion is just a great build. This might turn out to be the best build ever for Ruby, but I don't know that because I haven't tried out any builds, any other builds, and I haven't seen any other play with other build. But this build, like I said, have worked fine for me. It have worked actually really great. As fast as you get your first and like second and third item, you will go and beast all the enemies. But guys, that was basically all for this video. I really hope you enjoyed it, and I really hope I was in the next video, guys. But as always, thank you for watching.